Hey everyone, welcome to lesson 2. Let's get going with our say the sounds drill. We're going to review some sounds and then we'll blend them into words and then we'll practice writing some mystery sounds. Let's review some sounds from our last course. Ready? Ong, ong, ang, unk, onk, ink, ank, uh. Okay, this is our Y as a vowel, which makes two different sounds. At the end of a one-syllable word, it says I, like my. At the end of a two-syllable word, it says E, like baby. Good. D, s, t, d, b, b, g, j, sh, qu, s, ks, z. All right, we'll stop there. We're going to blend these sounds into some words. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, let's read these words. Ready? I. Remember, Y at the end is saying I. Tie. Good job. Tang. Tang. Sang. Sang. Song. Song. Sung. Sung. Ung. Hung. Onk. Honk. Onk. Bonk. Unk. Bunk. Unk. Junk. And last one, chunk. Chunk. Awesome job. All right, let's get ready to play mystery sound. Go ahead and grab your whiteboard if you have one, or a piece of paper and a pencil will also work fine. Okay, I'm going to get my whiteboard so I can call out our sounds. Our first sound is I. Do you remember the letter that spells I? There's actually two different letters we know that spell I. I'm thinking of this one. Y spells I at the end of a one-syllable word. Great job. Okay, let's try another sound. How about, look at my mouth. F spells F. And we also know with the floss rule, F can spell F at the end of a word, right? Alrighty, let's try another one. Our sound is Did you write you? Me too! Good job. All right, our sound is, let me think of a good one. What about like W, but the whisper sound for it? Two letters spell this sound. Did you write WH? Ooh, that's a tricky one. Okay, let's try another one that has two letters to spell it. How about Qu? Q-U spells Qu. Good job. All right, great job with our mystery sounds today. That concludes our warm up for lesson 2. We're going to jump into our new skill. Let's get going on our new skill for lesson 2. Okay, so vowels can make different sounds. So far, we have practiced the short, closed, making a closed fist vowel sound like a, eh, I, Today we're going to be learning a different sound that these vowels make when they say their name. A, E, I, O, and U, and how we know when they're going to make that sound. So we're going to learn about something called an open syllable. If we take a look at this word, g, ah, t, we see a consonant, a vowel, and a consonant. The O is closed in with this T, so it makes the sound ah. It makes the short closed sound. But if I open it, if I take that T away, the O can shout its name. Go! Oh! So it changes to an open syllable, O. Let's look at another example and another way to explain this because this is just a tricky skill. So let's say I have the word met, M-E-T, met. Right now, this E has a T behind it. It's kind of blocking it. If I take that T away, then now there is nothing blocking that E. It can shout its name really loud, me. That's why we call it an open syllable. It's open and it's free to shout its name, okay? So let's practice reading some words that have open syllables. Remember, when there's not a consonant behind the vowel sound or after the vowel sound, the vowel can shout its name as an open syllable. If you're finding this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and download the companion practice book linked in the description below. Let's keep reading. All right, let's look at some words. We just practiced this one. Our first word is me. Great job. Our next word is go. Good. All right, can you read this one? No. Yes, you can read it. Don't say no. How about this one? So, great job. And one more. He. So now we know that rule of when there is nothing after our vowel, it can say its name. We call that an open syllable. Everyone say open. Good job. Okay, let's practice writing some words using that open syllable pattern. I'm going to move our vowels here. Grab a whiteboard and an eraser or paper and a pencil so we can spell some words. Your first word is we. E. W. E. We. Good. Now I know this is kind of tricky because we just talked about how Y can spell the E sound, but that's in a 2-syllable word, and this is only 1 syllable, we, okay? E. All right, let's look at another one. Our next word is high. H. High. Let's finger stretch it. I. Okay, now this one's really tricky because it is a 1-syllable word, but it is an open syllable, H, I, high. So for this word, instead of spelling it with an Y, we spell it with I. All right, let's look at another one. She. Say she. She. Finger stretch it. Sh. E. Let's write the sounds that we hear. Sh. S. H. and E. E. Awesome job. All right. Our final word that we're going to spell is B. Say that word. B. Finger stretch it. B. E. Let's write the sounds that we hear. B. B. E. E. B. Awesome job reading and spelling words with open syllables. Now, when we do our sound review, we're going to say both sounds, the short closed sound and the open sound. All right, I'll see you for our next part, high frequency words and sentence writing. It's time to review our high frequency words that we learned in lesson 1. Our first word was, read it for me. See. Spell it. S-E-E-C. Great job. Our other word was, go ahead and read it. Come. Spell it. C-O-M-E. Come. Great job. Let's learn 2 new words. Our first word today is write. Say this word. Write. Good job. Let's look at how it's spelled. W-R-I-T-E, write. Okay, so there's a couple of patterns we haven't learned yet in this word. This is like, I need to write something with my pencil. W-R has a silent W, so we just have to remember that in this word, it's spelled with a W before that R sound. And then we also have a silent E on the end, which makes the I say I. This word is W-R-I-T-E, write. Let's tap it down our arm. Ready? Write. W-R-I-T-E, write. Do it with me. W-R-I-T-E, write. Again, W-R-I-T-E, write. Awesome job! Now you can write the word write. All right, our next word is little. Say this word, little. L-I-T-T-L-E, little. We don't usually pronounce it like that. Little, we say little. And so these 2 T's kind of sound like D. And then we've got this pattern on the end, L-E, that makes the sound. L-I-T-T-L-E, little. Let's tap it down our arm. Watch me first. L-I-T-T-L-E, little. Do it with me. L-I-T-T-L-E, little. Again, L-I-T-T-L-E, little. Awesome job. All right, now it is time for us to write a little sentence. We're going to use those open syllables. We might also see some Y as a vowel in this sentence. Go ahead and listen to our sentence and get something ready to write. Okay, our sentence is, can she sit by me when we go on the bus? Say that with me. Can she sit by me when we go on the bus? Let's count how many words we have. Can she sit by me when we go on the bus? Oh my goodness, 11 words. Whew, this is a long sentence. Are you ready to write it? Go ahead and write can. We always start with a capital letter. You know how to spell this already. C-A-N. Okay. She. Oh, there's an open syllable. S-H-E. Can she sit? Oh, you can write sit. S-I-T. Can she sit by? Y is a vowel. B. Am I going to spell this with an I? No, with a Y. By me, open syllable. M-E. When, this is a tricky one, W-H, W-H-E-N, when, good. We go, 2 open syllables, we, go ahead and try that one. We, W-E, go, G-O, open syllable again, G-O, on, O-N, on, the, T-H-E, bus. Okay. Can she sit by me when we go on the bus? Does this end in a period, an exclamation point, or a question mark? Sounds like a question to me, so we're going to end it with a question mark. All right, let's take a look at it. Can she sit with me when we go on the bus? Check your spelling. Make sure you got it correct. All right, awesome job completing lesson 2. I'll see you next time for lesson 3. If you found this video helpful in your child's reading journey, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button to make sure you never miss a new video and help other families find videos so they can help their children learn to read. Also, be sure to check out the resources linked below to show me a little love and continue to support your growing reader at home. There's lots of things linked below that you can download or purchase from Amazon that will help your child along their reading journey. Thanks for watching.